If you don't have an audience and you're wondering how to grow a Skool community, this video is for you. I'm going to build a Skool from scratch. I'm going to show you exactly what buttons to click, how to get your first members without posting on social media, and how to let your audience decide what content to create for them. Before I jump into my screen and show you, my name is Brian O'Neill and I run 3 Skool communities, and I built Mindset Skool from 0 to over 280 paid members in 9 months. And I'm going to show you how I did it today. If you watched this video right here, where I said that building a $9 per month Skool community instead of another side hustle is the play in 2026, one of the questions that came in the comments a lot was, hey, I don't have a social media following. I don't know how to grow my Skool. That's exactly what I'm going to cover in this video, and we're going to get straight into it. So I'm going to share my screen, and the very first step that you're going to take is you're going to actually launch the Skool community. Now, this is my community, Pick Your Online Business. And if you don't have an idea, and you need an idea, then join this group. It's 100% free. This is the thing that we help you with. The link is in the description. If you do have an idea, then you're simply going to go right here to create a community, and you're going to be brought to this page, and you're going to click create a community. You only need the $9 per month plan in the beginning. You don't have an audience, so there's no need for you to go pro. Then you click try for free. Now, when you come here, you need to name the group. Don't overthink this, but definitely think about this, because you can change this later. When you name the group, your URL, your specific URL for your Skool community is going to be based on the name. All right. So think about that, because in the next screen, you're going to see what I mean. Now, I have a group that I'm going to create about transitioning your career, right? This would be relevant if you're an HR person or you changed career, like a mid-career, you're a mid-career professional. This is what I'm going to help people with, all right? And I'm just going to call it Career Transition. Okay, that is the name of the group. You get a 14-day free trial, and I'm going to start the free trial. And here's what happens, all right? Now it's processing. Now I'm in the group. My community has been started. It truly is that simple. Now it may seem like I'm moving fast here, but you can launch this fast. And I'm all about taking quick action, because the more that you sit here and think about this, the greater the likelihood that you do nothing. So what we're going to do is go to settings. And here's the first decision that you have to make. You go to general, and you have to decide whether or not you want this group to be public or private, right? Down here. See, you have your URL, Career Transition 3935. They add that number on the $9 plan. And I'm going to show you why that's important in a minute. So a private community means that all of the stuff inside the group is private. No one can see it. Public means that anyone can see who's in the group and what they post, and the content is discoverable by search engines. So in order to best illustrate this, I'm going to go to Pick Your Online Business, which is my free Skool community. It is public. So meaning that if you come to this page, people can see the posts inside, right? Whereas Mindset Skool, one of my paid communities, or build a Skool that actually makes money, nobody can see inside. And you have to make that decision. So while this stuff is searchable, I'm still able to show up in search. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this. So what I'm going to do right now, and we're going to go back to the community, is I'm going to go to Discover Communities. And this is how you get found. So if I type in Career Transition, and you guys can all do this, you're going to see that there's a bunch of groups here. Career Relaunch Club. This person just got found, right? All these groups are found that doing career transition. If I go back into the search bar and type in online business, then I'm going to scroll down. There's all these groups. I used to be on page 1, but my free group is right here. So I get members that find me through search is going in here. Now, it's really important for you to understand that Skool has millions of daily active users, and hundreds of thousands of people are coming to that discovery page searching for groups every single day. And if you want a public group, you can get found in other areas like AI search potentially. Now that's not going to happen from day one. We've named the group. So we have the URL, career transition, skool.com/career transition. I just want to put some text on the about page, right? Just something that says, hey, this is what this group is about. I'm also going to create an image, and I'm going to create a very specific image. I'm on the about page and it's uploading images and videos. Now, if I click upload image video, it says, okay, 1400 by 790 is the recommended size. And I'm going to make these the same, right? And here's how I do it. So I'm going to go into Canva, and I'm going to show you how I would make this. So we know that the size is, I have one already set up here, but I'm going to build it from scratch so that you guys can see how I do this. So custom size window, and then I'm going to type in 1400 by 790. And then I'm going to create this. And now I've brought to this image right here. I'll make it a little bit smaller. And what I want to do is just create what's referred to as a hero image. So I'm going to look at some of these uploads that I have here, and I'm going to use this image right here. All right. So what I do is I drag it to the top, and then I bring it down here, and then I'm going to remove the background. So now I have the hero image. I could move this over a little bit if I wanted to, but just for the sake of time, I just want to create something really quick. So then I'm going to add a text box, and I usually like to make this about 85 large, and it's going to go over here. See that box there? So you want to make sure you keep it in here. And I'm just going to name the group career transition. Just keep it simple. And I'm going to change the font. I like this Atkinson font, and I'm going to make it bold. You can use whatever font you want. And then I might make it a little bit smaller, or I just might move this over a little bit. So I'm moving the hero image over a little bit. And then I could also just make this a little bit bigger. But I also want to make it bold. All right. And then I could always, let me grab this here. All right, so that looks decent. And then I can make the background. So let me just change the background. So I go to layers. I could change the background color to maybe like a little bit more. That looks a little bit better. Career transition. I could change the spacing and play with that. As you can see here, I've got some other slides that I've done that you can get the idea here, right? But I wouldn't really spend a lot of time focusing on this because you'll never do anything. Again, I'm all about taking action. What I might put on here would be career transition, and then I would make another text box that would say, so I would just create another box. I would just make it smaller, right? And I would copy this in here or paste in here. All right, I want the bullet points. I would probably make this about half the size, and I would left justify it. Navigate your next professional chapter with confidence, right? Just something that I can put here that talks about what the group is about. I wouldn't spend a ton of time on this because you are going to change this for sure. So I'm going to move the hero image over a little bit. I feel pretty good about the way that looks. Again, it can be better. So then I'm just going to simply download this as a PNG, and it's going to come to my computer. So we're going to go back to the group that we just created, which is career transition. And I'm just going to drag and drop the image that I just did and pull it right into here. It's uploading the image, and there it is. It looks great. And then I'm gonna upload the cover photo, which would be the same thing. So I'm gonna click upload. I'm gonna upload that, and then I'll probably pull it down a little bit. I'll save that. And then you can make an icon for this as well, but for the moment, it's just gonna say CT in red. So now you've got your group. It's private. We've got a group description, and you could say something like, this community is for professionals navigating a career transition. And then I'll just leave that. Like very, very simple. Now that's updated. So I'm going to click out of that. And now it says who the group is for. Very simple. It's starting to come together. This looks like a school community. The next thing that we're going to do is add a description for the group. And I've already come up with some basic text about the group. This will change too. Trust me, I've looked at a lot of different about pages, and this will change. So this is, I did an AI assist on this one. This community is professionals and a gap for professionals navigating a career transition, right? And I would just leave that. I would probably go to the next line. Whether you're changing roles, leaving corporate, returning to work, or figuring out what's next, this is the community to help you figure it out, to help you figure out your next move. Inside, we talk about this, and that, and then I might say, join for free. Now, the reason that I would want it to be free and not paid in the beginning is because if you don't have an audience, you likely haven't sold anything online. So look, we now have a school group. You can add a bunch of other stuff later, but the point is to get this thing going and to get it launched. It didn't take me that long to do this, okay? I've got the group ready. And as you start to build this out, like if I really wanted to show up in keyword search, I would spend a lot more time making sure that career transition was in here. Once you get to the point where you get your first 3 members in here, then you can start optimizing this for search. So going back to the community, discover communities, okay, and I type in career transition or whatever your niche is. So I might look at this one right here and be like, okay, why is this person ranked second? Now we're here at this community career relaunch club, and this person is showing up in search for those keywords that I just used because the keywords are here: career launch, career relaunch club. They've named the group that, and they're just being very strategic about the keywords. So just go in and look at the different communities in your niche and look at what they're doing. You can model their about pages, model their images as well. So you're going to get found this way. All right, so let's go back to our community. Here's the next thing that we're going to do, which is we're going to go into our settings. This is really important. Do not skip this step. We want to make sure that we're asking questions. So we go to settings, then we go to plugins, and then we have membership questions. And I'll show you what this looks like. But we want to make sure you turn this on, and then we add a question. What is your preferred email address? Question mark. Then you go down here and do email address. You click add. The next question that we want to ask is, how did you find this community? Like, how did you hear about us? And here it is. How did you hear about us? Skool, found on ads, saw me, whatever, wherever you're posting content. And in this scenario, you're really not going to be posting content because you don't have an audience, but you want to make sure that you know where people are coming from. And I'll tell you why that's important in a second. The next question would be, you want to always know where people are challenged with. So I would want to know, what's the biggest challenge you're facing in your career transition right now? And I want them to answer that. The reason this is important, so this is what it looks like now. If I go to the About page and I look like I'm a member and I go to click or a non-member and I click join group, they answer these questions. So now I get their email address. I know where they're coming from and I know what their biggest challenge is. And they can't join the group if they don't answer these questions. Then you are going to get a notification that somebody wants to join the group with these answers. And the reason that this is important is you'll now be able to go in and DM them and say, okay, so-and-so, okay, Brian, you said that this is your challenge with career transition. Tell me more about that. Or maybe you can get on a call with them, or maybe you can direct them to something in the classroom. Like, it's just important information. And then the really, really awesome part about this is this data is saved. Now, there's no members in the group right now, but if I go to the members, I'm the only member. This right here, this export function, exports your entire list into a CSV file that you can download into ChatGPT, and it has all of those answers saved. So you can look to create content around the answers that they gave you. Hey, where is everyone coming from? How did everyone find me? And what are the problems that I could potentially create content for inside the classroom? And then also those could be your paid offers. So this is really important to have this set up from day one. Do not open up a free Skool community and not get their email address. You're going to kick yourself later. I've seen people make that mistake. All right. The next step for you to do is to create your first post. It's a very simple welcome to the community post. And I'm going to do one right now, and then I'm going to do a poll, right? So if we go to Mindset Skool and we go inside the classroom and we look at this welcome post right here, I've had this welcome to the community post since April 1st, 2025, which is when I launched the group. It's a video and it's got 434 comments, and I pin it to the classroom. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So I'm going to go back to the career transition, and I'm just going to say, welcome to the community. Really, really fancy. I'd probably put a Loom video here, but if you don't want to do a video, you can just say, welcome to career transition. I don't necessarily want to force engagement here. I just like to create the environment for them to do that. If you feel up to it, tell us about your career or something that you would want to know, right? And don't force it. So I'm going to put this in the general discussion category. I could do a video. I could add a video here if I wanted to, a Loom video like I have. I probably might make this all caps here. Welcome to the community. Now I'm going to post it. All right, so it's very simple. And then what I'm going to do, it's right here. So this is the first thing that they see. Now I'm going to create an actual poll, all right, because I want to get data from everyone. And I just want to say, where are you right now? Which is what I do inside of Mindset School. Tell us where you are right now. Vote in the poll below. You would want to make these more, build them out a little bit more, but you can just say still working full time. Give them these options: recently left a job, retired, and unsure what to do next. You can add another option, which would be actively exploring option. And then that you can just say other. Okay, so option 5 would be other. I'll leave in the comments. So vote in the poll below and expand as necessary in the comments. So this looks good. I'm going to post it. Now I have my first poll. And you can edit this. You just can't edit. So if I go in and click edit, I can edit these and I can add options, right? So I can take these out. I can change the poll as the dynamic of your group changes. So now you have 2 different posts already. Like, this is how I launched Mindset School, guys. I'm going to show you what I mean by that in a second, but I'm going to go into the classroom and I'm just going to say start here. So this is your start here course. And you can just say, do this first, please. It's all open. You can upload an image if you'd like. Like, you can literally use the same image if you want to. I like to use these hero images. I might change it a little bit, but just for the sake of this, I can just show you what this looks like, right? So you can do the hero image, and instead of saying career transition, it would just say start here, right? So you could do the same thing, and now you're in the classroom. That's what it looks like. This thing is live and published. And then I would just go in and I would click edit and I would click welcome, right? And then click save. I'm going to show you how to pin post. So then you go here, click the duplicate, and then go in here and click where are you right now? Now you could do a video or not, but here's what I like to do. So I'm going to make this published and I'm going to make this published as well. All right, these are both published. So then I go back to the community and I go to this pin post right here. And I would go click the 3 dots and I would go pin to feed. And then I would click them again and I would pin to course page. So I want this in the welcome post, right? So it's like they're going to go here and click here. Then I go back to the community, right? And I go back to this one right here and I go pin. I could pin this to the feed as well because I want people to see this. And then I go pin to course page, which is where are you right now? Okay, so this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to have the welcome to community. So it's the first thing people see. And you want them, hopefully they'll comment or like it or say something, right? Fill up to it. Tell us your career. Tell us your favorite color. You can do whatever you want. It's your group. If I go back to Mindset School and the Start Here course, okay, there's a couple things that I do. Number 1, my welcome video. I welcome them to the community. And then I just say, check out the first post I ever made. And people are still commenting on this thing. And then how did you find us? Like, instead of me asking the question as a membership question, I ask them in a poll. And then quick question, where are you at with your business and what's the number 1 roadblock? And the reason that this is important is because this is how I create content. So people are in research mode. So I go out and I help people get out of research mode because they're thinking about what business to start. This is how I know. Then I offer a free call, right? I offer a free 20-minute call. You can do that or not. Then I do, here's what we're going to cover. And I vote in the poll below, which is the reason that this is so powerful, these polls, is that people are voting overthinking and analysis paralysis, right? And before I switched Mindset School from just mindset and then your online business, now I'm teaching people how to make money with Skool because that's what the community developed into. Build a school that actually makes money. We're still talking about this and people are still voting. But when I have this information, I now know what to create. I know that people are overthinking and caught in analysis paralysis and perfectionism, and I can create content based on those responses. So as an example, where are you right now? If you know that everybody is retired, unsure what to do next, you can help them with that. If that's the most common answer, or actively exploring options, or whatever they say in here. You want to be strategic with this. So you want to know where they're at right now, again, and then what's the problem that they want to solve, which is one of the membership questions that you answered. So your school is now built out, it's live, it's open, it's ready for business. That didn't take that long. You can do this in like a half an hour if you really focus. So we've got the start here, we've got the onboarding. You don't really need anything in the classroom. And I'm going to prove this to you, because a lot of people think that you got to have all this stuff in the classroom. Here's Pick Your Online Business. This is my public community. You can't see this as a member. Here's all you can see. I have 1, 2, 3 videos, and I just make a bunch of posts. Now I'm building this stuff out, and I still have 128 members. Now, the majority of them came from YouTube, but I'm telling you, you do not need a bunch of stuff in the classroom. It's one of the biggest mistakes I see people make, because it will change, guaranteed. All right, how do we start getting members into this group after we have done this setup? We go into the Skoolers platform. So if you look at this little icon here, as a school owner, you are going to be able to have access to the Skool platform. Now, what I'm going to do is blur out some of the names here, because I don't want everyone to be found out. This is the strategy here. So I want you to look at this really carefully. Number one, if you go into the classroom in Skoolers, they have all these lessons in here, and they teach you exactly how to do this, right? I'm showing you in this video. So I go back to the community. There's 1,600 people online right now. This is what I tell my clients to do, that I want to make 50 comments per day for 120 days straight. And this is exactly what happens, all right? So if I were to go in here, don't let Christmas cheer steal your frame. That's all I want to say. Happy holidays. So I'm going to go in here as me, as Brian, and I'm going to be like, happy holidays, right? That's a comment. Now, you want to be intentional with this and be a little bit more selective, but you go in here and you participate. And here's why this matters. So here's a recent post that I made in the Skoolers platform. It has 169 likes and 149 comments. Here's why this is important. So this is my profile right here. So people will see posts and they'll go to my profile. All right, now I'm going to unblur, because this is me. This is what my profile looks like. This is what happens. This is how you build communities, is people go to my profile and they see that now they see this other group that I need to hide from my profile, which I'm going to do real quick, because I don't want anyone to see this, because it's a demo. So I'm getting that off. And now I'm going to go back. All right. So I'm going back to that. So this is what happens. They come and they look, okay, here's this Brian guy. He's at level 8. He's got all these green bars, which means that I'm active in the platform. I'm doing activities every single day. Here's what I do. I built Mindset School from 0 to 275. I share the playbook inside and coach school owners one-to-one. Get clear on your next step. Link below. So go down here. I put my link, and that links to Mindset School. I've got 1,400 followers, 3,700. Like, this guy's active, and he's providing valuable stuff inside the comments and in his posts. So if I go down here and I go to just posts, you can see all these posts that I've done, and they all do pretty well. Now, this didn't happen overnight. I had to build up to this, but I'm sharing my journey as a school community owner. And people will come here and they will look at your profile. So you have to have this built out. If you don't have any social media links, then just put a link right here to your school community. If people click this, they come right here to Mindset School. And sometimes they join because they saw me and it's like, oh, he's got a free trial. I'll start the free trial. That seems like a no-brainer. This happens, and this will happen to you as well. All right. So going back to your profile, it's super important to have this built out. I don't recommend that you have multiple communities. I have 3, but in the beginning, you just need 1. And all 3 of these are related. Okay. So it's pick your business, then build your school. And then this is for people who want me to coach them one-to-one. All right. So that is what's going to happen. You're going to make comments 50 per day for 120 days straight. And look, if you can't keep up with that, then do as many as you can. It will take you about an hour. And if you don't have an hour per day to dedicate to your business, then find an hour, but do something every single day and comment and post and get people to come to this page so that they do this, so that they click join group answer your questions, sign up, and then you're interacting with them, you're talking with them. Maybe you'll do calls with them, maybe you'll DM them, because you can go up here and have chats with people, right? If I go inside of the community, I would post every single day. If you could, just post something related to the topic that you're talking about. And over time, you will build the membership up. All right. Now I'm at an advantage because I have an email list and I have a YouTube channel. I have 128 members. I started 29 days ago. If I just did the 50 comments per day, I would still have members. I may not have 128, but I would still have members. And look, it's going to be quiet in your group in the beginning. The key is you have to continue to show up. You have to continue to do it for a long period of time. You will speak to an empty room, guaranteed. And you just got to understand that that's part of the process. People will start to engage and speak to you soon enough. And then once you get the data from them, like what they're challenged with, what they're struggling with, then you can go out and create content, just like I'm doing in this particular video, which is somebody asked in the comments 3 times, how do I grow a school community when I don't have a social media audience? And this is exactly how you do it. People are doing it. The last thing that I will give you, all right, on this, and I don't recommend this, but this is definitely an option that you can choose to do, but I don't like it because I think it's a massive distraction. So what you could do, let's go back into Discover Communities, okay? And I go back into Career Transition. I could join 5 of these groups that are free. I'd probably look to join that one. I would probably look to join this one, and then I would look to join other free ones. And I would look to participate in those groups. So 5 groups that are just like yours and the Skoolers platform. Participate, and maybe you'll get some members from that effort. You can choose to do it or not. So many people on the Skoolers platform have built communities doing just that. So to wrap up here, you know how to launch your school. Give it a name. It's $9 per month. You have a 14-day free trial. It's a no-brainer. You know how to get it set up with the about page, text, and the image, and setting it up for search, if that's a way to find it. And then you just have to go in and participate. And if you need the idea, join my free school community. The link is in the description. And if you want help building a school that actually makes money, take a look at Mindset School. It is a paid group, but I help people to do that. Right now I have a 7-day free trial, and I do get on one-to-one calls with you during the 7-day free trial. Okay, you have action to take. You can literally do this in a day or over the weekend if you focus and don't overthink it too much. All right, hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.